And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel, and I'm back.
Yep. And before we even get started, thanks for fucking up my rhythm, by the way. And before we even get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel,
yes.
Would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love
Now that
to.
you're back. Now that you're back.
We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, Orient_Tiger, and Chris Soames. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah. You help us make a better show for everyone. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
So, Rachel, where the fuck were you? Why'd you skip out? Why'd you skip town?
So last week I had a little kind of mini vacation. A friend of mine and I went to a concert a couple states away. And
was the Wiggles? You guys go see the Wiggles?
It was not the Wiggles. It was actually the I think it's called the Pre-Imperator. So the main event was Ghost, which is one of my favorite bands. The opener was Twin Temple and then Volbeat, and I like all these bands, so it was right. Really fun concert. And it was kind of late. It ended, I think, around 11 or so, and we didn't want to make the big drive back, so we got an Airbnb.
Didn't you guys get to the concert like 4 hours early?
We did get there really early. Well, because we wanted to because it was like a 3-hour drive to get there.
A 3-hour tour?
We got to the Airbnb and just kind of hung out for a little while. We ordered food and had it delivered, and it was actually really fast, and the food was so good. It was called like mezcal tequila or something like that, and so we just got like a bunch of Mexican food, and it was just really nice after a long drive to just like sit and eat, and then we took an Uber to the concert.
Right.
And then we got back and just like crashed. And then the next day, I had looked up other stuff in the town because
you're a planner.
Because I'm a planner. And I was like, well, if we're going to spend the night anyway, we might as well see if there's anything else that's cool. The concert was really fun, though. I had a great time. That was my third time seeing Ghost. And also, really quickly, I want to say I am fully vaccinated and I've had my booster and I wore my KN95 mask properly, which means it was also over my nose because some people don't do that. I wore it the entire time. So every like picture I have of me like on this outing, like my mask is on.
You look like a ninja.
So the next day before we left, we decided there was an art museum that was in the area and it looked pretty nice. So we went there. And they had a lot of stuff. I took like a ton of pictures and I had to post them in like sort of 3 different posts just because there were so many. One of the first things we saw that I was really excited about was that they have an armor and weapons collection.
Hell yeah.
This woman who worked there, she said that there used to be an armory in town. And then I guess it closed, so they got the armory's collection. And so they had like just all kinds of stuff. They had like medieval plate mail and like these huge weapons. And they had a katana that was like literally hundreds of years old, and they had that on display.
That's cool.
They had a lot of really cool stuff. And there was this thing called an art cart, and they had a couple pieces of armor that you could actually wear. So I got to wear a helmet and then like this big like plate mail arm piece that was really cool.
Yeah, so those, I mean, I'm just saying, I've always said that if I had the opportunity, that would be a career choice that I would be into, making armor. I don't know how the market is for armor, but I will say that when I was younger, when we lived in Tennessee, Kentucky, one of those two, our neighbor had they like sold their house, and the people that bought it were these 2 younger guys, and they were like checking with the neighbors to make sure that they were okay, what hours they were, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went in their backyard and they would make armor
Oh.
and swords and stuff on like using like traditional forge and smelt and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I was a little kid, I always used to think that was like the coolest shit in the world. And when I started playing Magic the Gathering, one of my friends that used to play would sit there and make chainmail.
Oh, cool.
Like at the table, like while he's playing,
Mm-hmm.
they get these little coils of like wire, like well, not wire, like kind of hard metal, like in a spiral tube, and they clip it with like bolt cutters or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'd use pliers to ring them together.
Wow.
And they'd make like full shirts and coifs, and it was very cool.
That is cool.
And I saw it like in my life. I've been very close to a lot of people who make armor, and I always thought that was very cool. I have a buddy now named Misha who makes it.
Oh, cool.
I know. So when you talk about armor, trust me, I am super interested in that.
There was also like they had this hour-long talk that we went to, and it was this guy talking about the Vikings, and he was dressed sort of in like traditional garb that you might see on a Viking that's going raiding. So he like his base layer was like a lot of linen clothing, and then he had a chain shirt over that.
And then leather generally on top.
Yeah, and he had like a leather belt, and he had like a helmet on, and he brought several different types of helmets to show as examples. And he had like a big wooden shield that we got to hold after the talk, and he had these different weapons. So he was showing like spears and swords and stuff like that. It was very cool. We were there like 4 or 5 hours, and we didn't see everything in the museum. There was a lot of like the arms and armor stuff, and then they had a lot of old objects. Like they had a big collection of carved jade, and those were like absolutely beautiful. And then you looked at the little placard with the information on it, and it's like, you know, like discovered in 1348 or something.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're just so intricate that it was just amazing to think of somebody just making something like that by hand. And they had some Egyptian pieces. They had like a child-sized sarcophagus on display. That was really interesting.
Grim.
And then there was a little art section where they had different paintings and photography and postcards. And that section was, I guess because it's February, it was about like the subject of love in art.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of paintings of like couples, or like, oh, this guy painted his wife. There was one painting that was really funny. It was, I guess, this painting that this guy either did of himself or had done of himself. And he, in the painting, he's holding, I think, like a letter to his wife or something that symbolizes his wife. And it said that he had sent it to her along with like a note of how like wives should be like submissive to their husbands or something. And then apparently after she died, he painted over whatever like symbolized her with the skull. It sounded like she
oh man,
she wasn't like she wasn't the wife that he wanted her to be.
Whoa.
There was
someone look into that guy. He probably did it.
There was like a photograph of Oscar Wilde and
he's awesome.
Lord Alfred Douglas, I think was his name, because they were an item for a while.
Hey.
But it was really cool. It was a really interesting display, and I saw they had a couple paintings by Mervyn Peake, who he's like he wrote one of my favorite fantasy novels. He wrote the Gormenghast books. And he's done like some art and poetry and stuff, but he's not really well known for it. And I had no idea that they had like 2 pieces by him that would be on the display. It was like a really cool surprise to see it.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were pretty good. He has kind of an interesting style.
Right.
He had done a self-portrait. And in his self-portrait, he's very like wild-eyed, and he kind of looks like oh god, the guy from Princess Bride, was it Carrie Hughes? Is that his name?
No clue. I don't like that movie.
Okay. He looks like Wesley
God.
from Princess Bride. And then he also had a portrait of his wife that he had done. And it was sort of it wasn't like okay, we're gonna set up everything and make the scene perfect for the painting. It was just like, here's my wife in the morning, and she's got her hair up in a towel. Like, it was a very sort of common domestic scene, which was an interesting juxtaposition with like all of these other big classical paintings of like, here's my wife in like this long silk dress and she's in a garden and Cupid is there.
Artists are funny. Artists are funny people. Like, there's a level of pretentiousness that even occurs when not being pretentious. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you're pretentious when you dress up and everything's flamboyant. You're sitting in like a golden chair or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. But then like, when you try to be unpretentious, when you try to be like common man, kind of salt of the earth,
it's like,
it's like you're over the top. And you're just like, look how average I am.
Right.
It comes off even worse somehow. I don't know.
But it was
the posing.
Yeah. But it was a really fun trip. And then we got back pretty late on Saturday. And my voice was shredded from how much I had like screamed at the concert the night before. So I definitely could not do intro that weekend. So I do appreciate you and Nate, taking care of that. And
I want to just point out again that the first shots are always fired by you. I'm just saying, we never, it's a real Russia-Ukraine situation. You're acting like we're doing something, but we're just peaceful. We're just sitting here.
I see.
We're not causing any problems, and then you're just out here fucking surface to air, surface to air, surface to air. It's like, Jesus. Going on. But I like we did trick you.
You did
into thinking it was. Did you believe it was going to be a Haymaker intro?
I did. I was so sure of it. I was even because I know that Nate uploaded, and Nate did all the final editing for it, right. And he uploaded it to this Dropbox that we all have access to, and he did that like a day or two before the episode was supposed to be posted. And I was honestly tempted to go in and listen to it ahead of time just to like do a final approval kind of thing. Excellent. Like the power of the editing. She was unwilling to allow it out of her hands for even a day. That's funny. No, but I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you.
It's nice to be able to do things like that and be responsible while you're doing it.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't go, even before the pandemic, I didn't go out and do a lot of stuff like that anyway. But it was just a nice little trip, and it was just nice to like go out and do something and hang out with my friend.
You're a planner, though. I can tell by the way that you talked about it. You were like, well, while we were in town, I decided to do a quick lookup of things in the air. I'm like, oh my God. You ever just go to a town and just be?
Absolutely not.
That's crazy.
No. I also like. You don't
ever want to just like, okay, hey, we're gonna hit up this concert and then we'll figure something out afterwards.
No.
What? You don't?
No.
You're just see, look, this is what I'm saying. You're gonna get the tourist shit when you do it that way. When you plan it, when you look online at the best reviewed things to go to and to do this and go there, we have to try this. You're having the same experience 100 other people had. Go to the concert, have fun at the concert, and then afterwards, go find some piece of shit thing nearby, eat there. Maybe it'll be awesome, maybe it'll be terrible, but that's fun. And then the next day, get in a cab and be like, take us somewhere cool. What do you like to do? And then go there and do that.
I cannot imagine.
You're gonna just be doing a lot of aquarium trips.
I cannot imagine having a trip like that.
How many people went to Atlanta, right? And we're like, I'm going to go see a Braves game, and then we're going to go to one of these 3 approved locations, either the zoo, the aquarium. You know what I mean? It's just like, every other person that came to everyone's. Why don't you just read a fucking pamphlet about it, Lana? You can have the same experience.
Well, I had fun. So.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. And I'm glad that you got to state your planning. You were the trip editor.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and go to this week's episode?
Sure.
Okay. This is Dragon Heist, episode 46, Statues of Limitations.
Hey, that's clever. Look at those clever words.
Mm-hmm.
They're clever! That's where I'll sleep, like in a sitting position, my back against the front door. So if anyone tries to open it,
Like
they'll
me.
have to wake me up. Yeah.
All right. So, now that's the question. Then when Adrian comes back, is Adrian going to go through the front door downstairs, or is she going to take the back stairs and actually go up to the second story?
I'm gonna wait on the first floor because that's where we all tend to gather when we're planning. So
All right.
I'm gonna open the door.
She goes to open the door, and there's Kavir.
I'm just gonna
Hello?
step over him and go inside.
What are you talking? No, the door opens in.
Does it?
That's why I was sitting in front of it. If you open the door inward, I'm blocking the door.
Okay, you're blocking the door.
How would I block the door if it opened out?
I thought it was like to.
I would just be asleep and they could kill me.
I think you'd wake up when they opened the door and you fell over.
Anyway. Yeah, the door opens in like all houses ever made.
All right.
Kind of fucking weird cabin. Maybe she has French doors, like special elvish French doors. They're the fanciest of all doors. They open outward.
Nah, man, they're like Lamborghinis. They just go up and down.
They
Elvish
open
doors.
sideways. Like a
Suicide
fucking
doors.
DeLorean.
Yeah.
So you go to open the door and dunk.
Who is it?
It's me.
Oh. How are you doing?
Well, I'd like to come in.
Oh, right. I'm gonna like stand up and get out of the way.
So.
But I'm not. No, she's not able to walk in yet. I'm standing in the doorway because I need to check to make sure it's her. I've been seeing a lot of doubles lately. Prove you're you.
How do I prove that I'm me? I
That
saw
sounds-
you like 3 hours ago.
That sounds like something you would say.
Yeah, because I'm me.
Prove it.
I'll show him Volo's ring.
Well, I got my eye on you. I would put both on you, but I only have the one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open
Okay.
the door. Get out of the way.
Thank you.
I saw myself. And no, not like a mirror reflection or anything. Like an actual me.
The like bad you?
I mean,
Are you?
What?
Are you?
Am I me?
Yeah. Prove that you're you.
Prove that you're me.
I'm not trying to prove that I'm you. I want you to prove that you're you.
Who's on second? Third base.
Prove that you're you.
This is an unexpected side effect of the mirrors, and it is amazing. You
I'm
guys
gonna
are
hold up
questioning
a
each other. I
potion.
love this.
I'm going to hold up a potion made of gunk, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm like, I'm the only one that does it like that. That's a home brew.
Drink that.
Why would I drink it? I'm not hurt.
Does that look like the healing potion goop or whatever it is?
It's a little different every time, but yeah, it's generally the same.
Honestly, if the other him killed him, took his place, wore his armor, and took his goop, it'd still be the same goop.
Took his goop. That's Donkey Dick Doug's catchphrase.
Come on
Donkey
now.
Dick Doug. He'll catch your goop. D-Walk is gonna die. D-Walk is. This is how he goes right here. Look. Okay, sorry. I'll try to be less gross. I don't get to do it on Facebook streaming, so
I know Rachel hates it.
I don't get to say gross shit like Nate does.
Yeah. You don't get to tease out anyone's honey.
Come on.
With your
he
bone
won't even
nuggets.
say bone. There we go. I was about to say, he won't even say bone
nuts.
nuggets.
Oh man, there's very few things I like more than that story. Okay, anyway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep my eye on you.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Look.
Seriously though, he was in here.
Did you kill him?
I tried to stop him, but he was me.
So you didn't kill him?
No, I didn't get to kill him. Otherwise, he would be here. Wouldn't that be how things work?
Or he killed you and is now pretending to be
Then
you.
I would be here. Either way, there would be one me here on the floor and another me not on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Kavir. You're Old Man Johnson.
I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you goddamn ducks.
And your stupid ghost.
You jackass fucking pieces of shit trying to fuck up my damn... The economy's on a downturn right now, and I'm trying to keep a carnival fucking running in the middle of a fucking island. There's 40 people here. You can only ride the same fucking teacup so many times before you just fucking give up. My grandfather gave me this fucking place. What do you want from me? We're not getting any bailout money. We don't even have a fucking airport. You got to take the fucking boat. It took 6 months to get this mask. Amazon don't deliver here.
I don't get any stimulus checks to feed the carnies.
There are no carnies. I turned a crank in the back to charge a generator. We can get one roller coaster every 3 weeks.
They resorted to eating each other.
And you fucking preppy ass ascot wearing fuckers come through here in your hippie van.
How the hell did you get the van over the boat?
You brought the Harlem Globetrotters. Can we at least do a cross promotion just to get some fucking business?
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, did he?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't. No. Fred is out here fucking going around fucking with these people. And all they're trying to do is turn a shitty failing hotel into a haunted hotel that people will come and stay at. That's the whole goal. And Fred's out here just like, no, my dad owns a dealership. Fuck you guys. And he's just going to fuck him over and then go play hacky sack with his fucking pothead friend. Fucking, it's a white privilege. Fucking walk up into this guy's fucking hotel is failing. Come on. Give him a break, Fred. You fucking high school asshole. All right, sorry.
Okay.
His middle name's Zachary, I bet.
Do you feel better?
Huh?
Do you feel better now?
Someone needed to speak up for a little.
His last name Morris.
Trying to commit a little light tax evasion, getting fucked over by this 17-year-old and his fucking squad of detective flunkies.
I was just trying to run the old lady off of a property so I could buy it. It wasn't like I was trying to skin her and wear her like a suit.
They told this one guy he was wrong, and then they teamed up with witches. Real witches. Whatever. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, did the other you say what he wanted?
He said he wanted to help me, but I find that suspicious at best.
Yeah.
I tried to tackle him.
How'd that work out?
I went right through him. It was a illusion.
Oh. Does that mean that he has to be nearby to cast that?
I think that he was a little better prepared. Tactically, if a person's using an illusion, then they're not going to be seen. If you go to find them, they're probably prepared. I was unaware he was going to be here, and he sort of set me up. He was invisible at first. I threw a shield, I threw my shield, he created an invisible barricade.
Okay.
But then when I went to tackle him, he was not cohesive.
Well, I hate how he just shows up in our house whenever he wants.
I think he wanted to know about something that I can do.
Okay.
Not relevant, really.
Uh-huh.
How'd your trip go?
Not great.
Why's that?
I didn't find what I wanted, and instead I've got a bunch of new stuff to worry about.
Anything I can do?
Can you find my dad?
He's not at your house.
No.
Well, he's a minstrel type, yeah.
He's a bard.
Yeah, they all get picked up eventually. I can talk to the guards and see if they've seen him.
I don't think it's that simple.
You just call me simple. No, I mean, where would he have gone? He'd likely be in town, right? When's the last time you saw him?
A couple weeks ago, he said he had some stuff to do and that it was safer for me to stay here than at my house. But apparently, my aunt wrote a letter and she hasn't been able to get in touch with them, so she's gonna come here to look for him. Yeah, my Aunt Rislin.
Is he old?
She's about the same age as my dad.
Elves live a long time. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So old. That's what you're saying.
She's not old. She's just I don't know, 250 maybe?
Old.
That's not old.
That's pretty fucking old. It's pretty old.
But for her to leave Silvery Moon to come here, it's a big deal.
So what should we get, cheeses or something? For cut them up.
It seems
rich people like cheeses, I've learned.
Look, she sent me a letter. She sent my dad a letter that I picked up. I think she was
doing a lot of that recently.
I think she was trying to send Victor a letter. But the letter that she sent to my dad, she hasn't been able to get in touch with them, and it seems like he sent her something kind of weird. I don't know what he said in his, but
when is she supposed to be arriving?
She'll probably be here any day.
Huh. Well, let's handle this warehouse thing. On the way back, we'll pick up some cheeses, and then we'll be ready for her.
Well, let's not... I mean...
Why, is she allergic?
She's not allergic.
But there was intolerant.
There was another letter from my dad that I looked at, and...
Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna lean over, and I'm gonna take my spear and just slam the roof as hard as I can. Rayne! Your neat 8 is done. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's cool with her reading 2 or 3 letters, but freaking about the 4th letter she's reading to somebody else's, he's done.
And then Adri's like, and then as I was coming home, I saw this other letter that was just like
hanging out in this little box near a person's house. And I was like, that's mine,
I was
right?
like,
That's how
just-
it works.
Anybody could take that. I better hold on to it to make sure that
That nobody does. Like, say, a
Exactly.
person wandering through the street in the middle of the night taking
Yeah.
letters.
um
It was from a person I'd never heard from before. I can't believe they wrote me.
but the other letter that was sent to my dad is from Lady Silverhand.
Who's that?
She's the open lord of Waterdeep.
I would have known that.
You would have known that.
Okay.
And she's been looking for my dad and she can't find him.
Hmm. Edit out the part where I didn't know that. And this part explaining that part.
At this point, enter Rayne.
Yeah, you start hearing footsteps creak across the roof, and then the door shut eventually, and then I kind of start heading down the stairs. I'm still kind of in my sleeping clothes, scratching my ass and stretching as I'm walking down the stairs. Come through the door, bursting with a yawn. That was not a neat. That was not a neat 8. That was at best a 7.5. But
If you are not ready and a clean 4, I'm gonna put my neat 1 up your neat 2.
You got a letter, Rayne. I left it on the bar for you.
I'm gonna look her right in the face.
I got what overnight?
Yeah. A messenger brought some mail.
It came during your neat 8.
Well, I have to say, if there is one thing I really enjoy first thing in the morning, is opening up a nice, clean, unadulterated letter.
Unadulterated is a funny term to use.
Something that hasn't, that's still
violated by the light.
Yeah, intact and pure and yeah.
Yeah, unsullied, unviewed, unfocused.
Yeah.
Unobserved by the cretinous eyes of the filth.
The
I'm
mail is
look right at Adri, right in her face.
Mail is such a private affair. It's one of the few
really
things
is.
that is still private these days.
It's amazing.
It's from my brother.
Interesting.
Oh.
Nope. We wouldn't have known that. I looked at your mail.
You-
I'm just gonna yell it out. I'm gonna be like, I looked at your mail.
You looked
Shut
at
up. I looked at it.
why would you look at my mail?
Technically, the ghost looked at it. I asked the ghost. It told me it was from your brother, and then I figured that was private, so I shouldn't hear anymore.
I believe the fact that it was in an envelope addressed to me and not you implied it was private to begin with.
That doesn't mean much of anything. I didn't open the letter. I'm going to look at AJ, right?
If I just went down and started messing with all your tubes, how would you feel about that?
You have messed with my tubes.
Not all your tubes.
You want to mess with a tube right now?
Should I leave?
This is getting hot. No, by the way, I said it wasn't opened, right? And Adri just fell silent. You mean to tell me with those pointy ass ears you couldn't hear this? Me saying it right to your fucking face?
You didn't open it. No.
I didn't open it. No crime. Safe.
That is true. The law does say that you can't open someone else's mail.
It
Yeah.
doesn't say you can't use a ghost to look inside of it and see if it's their brother, so you know that they're not betraying you because you just met. Fair enough, right?
No, not fair enough.
And the integrity was once I knew it was from
integrity.
your brother.
There, I'm
Once I
surprised
knew it
you
was
know
from
what
your
that word
brother,
is.
Once it was from your brother,
I pull out one of my
didn't finish reading
daggers.
Adrian's
I-
just silently watching the two of them talk back and forth.
What was that, Rayne?
I didn't read it. Is what I'm saying.
I pull out one of my daggers.
Okay.
Slice the letter open.
You could get the ghost to read that without having to open it. Just put it up there.
Just kind of play with my dagger just a little bit before I put it back in its sheath. Then I put my knife away. Then I open the letter. And I begin to read. And if either one of them try and look over my shoulder, I'm going to knock them in the face with my elbow.
Dearest brother, I hope this finds you well. It seems our sister has heard some troubling news about a certain pirate asking about you. So she has decided to take it upon herself to sail to Waterdeep to help you confront said pirate. Wish you the best. She may not have been sober when she decided to take on this course of action.
My sister is on the way.
Oh, I got a letter from my aunt.
I don't care what you got right now. I don't care.
I
You got a
saw
letter too?
I saw
did.
myself, but I didn't
Did
get a
anybody
letter.
else read your letter? Elle, did you read her letter?
I did not, is written on the board.
Actually, Adri has like 3 letters in front of her.
What are you
I didn't
stealing
even
other
get
people's
one.
mail now?
That's bullshit.
I go to sleep.
Elle wrote on
I
the
go
wall
to
she
sleep.
stole her father's mail.
I go to sleep for 7 hours and 45 minutes, and you two turn into the most larcenous, dishonest people I've ever met in my life.
I told
Did you-
you. I didn't have to tell you. That's honesty.
Oh, I'm going to break the law, but then I'm going to rat myself out. Yes,
I
that
didn't
makes
break
it
the
so
law. I didn't
much
open
better.
the letter, and I told you immediately upon reading
okay, you didn't break the law, but you certainly broke a level of trust.
it. Okay, I can't be held accountable for level of trust. That's not in the laws. I read them at the beginning of this game. There was no punishment for breach of trust.
Anyway, it would appear
We just met.
So my brother does not mention anything about what pirate has been asking for me. It just says a pirate.
I want to make sure I pronounce this right.
The dread
I know what it
pirate,
is in my
Louis
head,
DeJoy.
The dreaded pirate Robert says message. No. God damn it. Where is it? Sorry.
That's why the mail took so long to get here. It's Louis DeJoy. That's his name, right? Louis.
He says the Brigand Diarthe has been asking about you.
Does that mean anything to me?
It does heavily, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's a company of mercenaries. You've heard of them in and out of Whispers in Waterdeep. They normally never come to the surface. It's a company of drow mercs that have been dishonored or cast out of their houses. So they travel topside, never returning down below, because all of them are houseless and actually wanted for death upon returning to the drow. So it's a bunch of drow who pretty much have forsaked home and have become their own family house in a sense.
Okay. The guy that I interrogated in the cage.
Oh, that's screaming very familiarity
okay,
to you.
That's what I thought.
And yeah, things are starting to piece together now a little closer. If you want to give me a wisdom check.
Well,
or an intelligence, I'll take either.
It doesn't matter. I am no more wise than I am smart. Oh, but that's not a bad roll. That's a 16. It's a straight up.
Some
16.
of those humans on that boat looked a little too how do I put this?
I think Rob Zombie said it best. More human than human.
Yes.
I see. And they're interested in me, little old me. Well,
all you know is that she, your sister, being the woman of the sea she is, heard that another group in the seas was asking about you. Could they have been asking about more than just you? Yes, but
right.
She wouldn't know
sure.
the name Adria or the name Kavir.
Rayne,
she would just
my name comes up.
Wait,
she
Rayne?
jumps on a boat.
Oh no!
And I would imagine given the timing of this letter and everything that she'll be here any day as well, right?
Very possibly, considering Baldur's Gate traveled to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
And depending how long she left before your brother decided to send the letter.
Oh, I hope she's sober when she gets here. I really do. It's just,
don't we all?
You know, I mean, I love my family, but Lord, there's a reason why we all move the hell away from each other and only see each other on the high holidays.
I mean, there's a reason she's named Tempest.
I know. Well.
Do you think water Genasi celebrate Harbor Day? Oh, I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Well, that'll be fun. At least I know when the storm's blowing in. All right. Well, you two snooping through my mail notwithstanding.
That's not what happened.
Oh, you two operate in the same circle. I don't even want. Don't give me that innocent bullshit.
Okay. Which bullshit would you like? I told you. I didn't have to. You would have never known. This is a level of honesty where there was risk involved.
Right.
And I still told you. Because you checked out. You're a good man with a family that I don't know anything about.
Well, you're about to, because my sister's going to be here pretty soon.
And her mom's going to be here.
My aunt.
Sorry. That's what I meant. And her dad's not going to be here. We're just rotating family members in and out.
Well, all right. It would appear that
I'm going to look at the hand in the jar and be like, you got a foot coming? What's going on?
Any other body parts going to show up that we need to be aware of?
Do I need extra tubes?
more jars, bigger jars. Do we need to get a vat?
I've been looking. I'm looking at vats.
So my sister says that there are a group of ne'er-do-wells that are looking for me. And if they're looking for me, there's a pretty good possibility they're looking for all three of us.
Did she say ne'er-do-wells in the letter, or is she normal like us?
Bad men. Is that cleared up for you?
No, I mean, I knew what it meant. It's just a weird word to use.
Is it because you're a politician?
No, well, I have a feeling it may be because I am mixed up in whatever it is we're mixed up in. All I know is that we may have already run into him, and that's got me worried. Remember our little friend down in the cage, the one that was killing all the elves all around the dock ward?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think he's one of them, and he might not be the only one of them.
So where do we look for these narwhals?
Well...
I'm kidding. Sorry, wouldn't that be funny if I were really that dumb? They have a horn. We'll find them easy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know that we necessarily need to go looking for them, but we do need to keep. We need to watch our back.
Good. If you would have said keep an eye out about it, like fuck you, man. That was intentional.
But no, but now I wish I would have. So your aunt is coming.
Yeah, which is a big deal because she has a lot of responsibilities in Silvery Moon.
Okay, why is she coming to town?
Because nobody can find my dad, and apparently my dad wrote her a really weird letter before he disappeared.
Well, your dad's define weird.
In her letter to him, which I picked up because I'm his daughter and he's been missing, so it's totally fine for me to look at his mail.
I didn't ask you to justify. I just asked you to tell me what was in the letter.
And the neighbors, they were looking weird at me earlier, so I had to get theirs.
So I took their mail for safekeeping.
And the other guy had all these Pizza Hut coupons that I wanted. So
am I just going to open up some random door here in the manor or something, and tons of mail are just going to come pouring out, just scrolls and letters?
You can't just hold on to that after you have
Speaking of loads of
a bunch of evidence.
Speaking of loads of mail popping out, Donkey Dick Doug will be in town next week, and we need to prepare. Sorry, you could probably clip that one.
I will.
She goes, I will.
She is going to Rachel that like she's never Racheled anything before. Okay.
You can just bleep out Donkey Dick Doug and it'll be just as funny.
You
And then
must
just
not
clip
be
out-
named.
Clip out all the Donkey Dick Dougs and put them at the end for the post credits. Donkey Dick Doug, Donkey Dick Doug, Donkey Dick Doug.
Well, this is these references are. If I leave these references in, that's 2 episodes that they'll show up in.
Right. Well, I mean, he's big, so it's gonna last. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Too much for just one episode. We're
So-
giving it to you twice.
Double Donkey Dick Doug all day.
Oh my
Sunday,
god, that's
Sunday,
a lot of
Sunday.
D. That's a lot
Back
of
to
D's.
back.
Okay,
That's why
sorry.
it's called D&D. Sorry.
Doug and Doug. Sorry, Rachel. Edit. I'm sorry. Oh, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Uh-huh.
You read people's mail, so
I read
You're
my
not-
dad's mail.
you're not entirely clean on this.
I read my dad's mail, and that's my
Yeah.
dad.
and
All right.
someone else's mail who
No,
I took
I
the blame
didn't.
for, and you didn't even volunteer any.
I don't know
Children,
what you're talking
children,
about.
children.
All right.
Your aunt is coming to town. She has important business. She can't find your father. Your father wrote her a letter. It was weird.
Yes.
Why weird?
In her letter, she said, "What do you mean you found her?" And also that his dad still hates him, but that's normal.
Oh, well, okay. I'll take your word for that part. But found her.
It
That's
isn't-
the weird part. Found
Yeah.
whom?
I don't know.
Was he looking for anyone that you're aware of?
No.
Hmm.
But
But whatever it
He
was, it
had
was
this-
enough to
he had this
startle.
other letter
Oh, do tell.
from
I'm not looking so bad right now, huh?
he had this other letter from Lady Silverhand, and she's been looking for him, and she can't find him.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Lady Silverhand
Yeah.
is looking for your father as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Why?
He works for her.
You have any relatives over here, One Eye? Anybody else going to show up that I need to be aware of? Is anybody else? You got a brother or, I don't know, a twin that's going to show up or something that I should be aware of?
It's funny you should mention that. Actually,
Called a segue, son.
do you wanna tell him?
I wasn't here for that. I was at the yawning portal.
Yes,
There-
busy stealing mail. Yes, I know. What
I
were you-
apparently-
what?
I didn't go there to steal mail.
It just happened. while she was there.
She went there to drink and steal mail.
You know, when in
Oh.
Rome, you steal all the Romans' mail.
I had some morning wine, and I picked up some
She
mail
met
for
with
my
her
dad.
goth LARP group and then just sat there quietly in the back.
Yeah.
Normally, when people go, I'm
Wait, isn't
going
that
out to pick up
Volo's
the
ring
mail.
you've got there? What are you doing with Volo's ring? What the hell else have you stolen?
I didn't steal this. This was given to me. I just haven't had the opportunity to give it back to Volo. And now he's in Baldur's Gate, so I'm going to have to hold on to it for a while longer. If it
I'm
was
sorry.
that important, he would have asked for it back
All
after
right.
he gave it to me.
All right, all right. All that happened before I showed up, so I'm just going to leave you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. Anyway, what were you about to say?
I saw myself in the room. I probably should have led with that, huh?
Hmm.
You saw.
Yeah, it was me. Remember that me that was said to have killed some people?
Are you talking about the doppelganger? You?
Yeah, it's not a doppelganger. I don't think. Said something about there being a lot of versions of me and also of you. And I'm going to point at Adri.
Do they still mail too?
Well, I haven't seen any other me's. The other Victor was apparently at the yawning portal. A few
One
days
does,
ago.
the other one, no.
The other Victor. How the hell many other are you? Might I ask?
There's only been one me that we've seen,
And two me's that I'm aware of, including me.
and two Victors.
Two Victors.
Although I saw the the bad Victor the other day, and he said that there was another me, but she sounded really awful.
And there was a
and
third
she's dead,
me.
and a different me killed the other me.
I also heard that there was another me who had style, but I'm not 100% on that.
I don't believe that.
I mean,
Did you happen to bring any of that morning wine with you? Just so there's
Cue the
at
Highlander
least...
music in the background. There could only be one.
Let me ask: have either of you seen another me?
no, not yet.
No.
Though-
All right.
Though right now, you seem like a different person to me because of how upset you are about the mail.
Oh, that's what makes me
Partially,
different.
partially her fault. I will admit.
What? I didn't do anything. Nobody opened your mail.
How many letters do I have on me right now? And how many letters does she have on her? Your Honor, I rest my case.
Okay, 2 of these letters were addressed to my dad, who is missing. So I, as his oldest
privacy
child,
falls out of the
as
fucking window when
as
someone's
his
not been
child,
seen for a while.
need to pick up his mail because there could have been something important to let me know how to find him.
Right.
All right. You know what? In light of everything that's going on, in fact, that the fact that there are multiple versions of you who may or may not be trying to kill us, a bunch of drow mercenary that may or may not be trying to kill us, everything seems to be potentially trying to kill us right now. Perhaps we will just focus on that at the moment, and we'll go ahead and leave petty larceny and violation.
It wasn't a
of
larceny.
privacy.
You have the product, so just
a violation of trust. We'll leave it at that. And we'll just push that off to the side for now. And let's focus on the task at hand. Now,
it's not illegal. That's all I'm saying. It's not illegal. But whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Anything else happened while I was asleep?
No, I think
anything?
That's it. That's it for me.
All right. So, your missing father, aunt on the way, mercenaries after me, and possibly my +2. My sister's on the way. You've got a doppelganger running around who is apparently toying with your emotions.
Nah, I'm fine.
Where shall we begin?
Well, we got to be at the warehouse, right?
Yeah, that is what we were going to do today.
Well, then let's go ahead and let's just take care of that one since it was already on the list, and we'll put the rest of them down in priority for the moment. I had sent the note off to Sergeant Anders before I went to sleep. I'm going to assume that I have gotten any other missives besides the ones that you peeked through.
Rachel's like, I got some bad news for you, pal. I think I might have taken that letter.
You just left this letter in the mailbox. Anyone could have taken it, so I picked it back up.
So they did. So anyone did take it.
I brought you your letter back. I brought you your letter back. Did I do good? Did I do good? No.
No, this isn't what that is.
No. Well, I had sent off a letter last night, a note to Sergeant Anders, letting him know what we were up to and what we had seen, just to see if he had any information or if he wanted to tag along. But I'm assuming he hasn't gotten it yet, or we haven't gotten a response. So if time is of the essence, I suppose we should go down to this warehouse and at least stake it out, get the lay of the land, see who's coming in, who's going out, see what we're up against.
Okay.
And
All
if
right.
If I see you reach for one mailbox on the way, I swear, just put your hands in your pockets, right there in the front where the apron. I know you've got multiple pockets there. Just put them there.
I'm not going to take anyone's mail. That was my dad's mail.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying, just resist temptation. That's the only way you're going to break this whatever this affliction is that has a hole in you that you suddenly need to steal people's,
I don't steal people's mail.
Okay.
Says the lady with everyone else's mail.
I only have my mail and my dad's mail.
All right. But yeah, I will go upstairs and at least get myself presentable to leave and assume that I will grab
I need a
something
tight
to eat
15
somewhere.
to get ready.
Yes. I'll make haste in getting ready so that I do not further delay the party.
I pick up my shield. I'm ready.
Tie off your tubes.
When we have a break in all this, I'll go back to the yawning portal. I think my brother's there, but I want to make sure that he's actually okay. He's hiding out because the other version of him has framed him for murder.
Well, that's not good.
That should be something maybe we should check in on.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
You want to do that first?
Well, the warehouse isn't necessarily going to go anywhere, I wouldn't imagine. So
I was at the yawning portal for a few hours, and I was hoping that if he saw me, he would, I don't know, like send me a message or something. That's where I thought he was going to be, but I didn't get anything other than my dad's mail.
Where else might he be?
That was the last place that he told me he was going to be when he contacted me.
Well, maybe we go stake that out first. If your brother's in that much trouble, then...
Well, I mean, he's hiding right now. I just want to make sure that he's okay because I haven't seen him in a little while.
It might be better not to find him then, because we know for a fact that we're easier to keep an eye on.
You know, that, and if we've got as many people following us as we appear to be, the last thing we'd want to do is lead them directly to him.
Right.
Yeah, perhaps, well, going to the yawning portal is going to put us way out of the way of going to the warehouse.
Yeah.
And
if he's hidden, you couldn't find him, then it's unlikely that the other people would.
Yeah.
Did you happen to leave a message with the staff?
No, I wasn't. I thought about leaving a message for him, but I didn't want someone else to find it.
No, you've got a good point there.
You didn't want him to take your mail.
I don't want anyone to take my mail. Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what, the warehouse is closer. Let's go stake that out for a while. And if that doesn't bear any fruit, then we'll make haste down to the yawning portal.
Well, we know that Erstal went into the warehouse. Do we need to go in and get him?
Well, I'm just curious if he's still there. I mean, he may have left overnight, and I'm pretty sure there's more than one way to get out of that building besides the front door.
Who owns the warehouse?
As far as my records go, there was a couple that owns the home, but I don't think it's them living there anymore. I have reason to believe they may have been displaced.
We're risking a lot by breaking and entering so frequently.
Well, I don't suggest we break and enter. I suggest we surveil.
Okay. Well, let's take a look.
The lady that owns Mr. Kippers, her name again?
Let me check my notes quick.
Wasn't it Karen something?
I think we joked about it being Karen. I don't know that it was.
I didn't write down a name. I don't know.
Okay.
I only wrote down Mr. Kipper.
Mr. Kipper. Yeah.
Really, he was the more important of the two.
If you can't find it fast, well.
All right.
We'll just call her old lady for now.
Yeah.
Oop, that is the wrong campaign. Sorry. I got two notepads in front of me and I grabbed the wrong campaign.
Not to divulge all your secrets.
Nah, that's the minute I read Red Nikki, I was like, oops, shit, that's a halfling. That's the wrong campaign. So
it's not. So, I'm gonna. my suggestion is that Rayne is going to track down Mr. Kipper's owner and just walk along with her. Because as she's out for her daily walk, kind of patrolling the neighborhood, I can just kind of pretend that I'm conversing with her as a concerned citizen, get whatever gossip she may have about the area and keep one eye on the house as I do. And hopefully that's enough of a low profile for me to keep.
Okay.
Don't think I didn't catch that one eye remark.
Okay, so you guys make your way over there, and yeah, she's out walking Mr. Kipper. She sees you, Mr. Trichet.
Yeah, good morning, and good morning to you too, Mr. Kipper. And I
Just kind of looks up,
scritch him under his chin.
She looks over. What brings you back out this way?
Well, I thought you and I might take a nice little leisurely stroll here up and down while you walk your pet. Was hoping to ask you a few more questions about the events of last night. What's been going on in the neighborhood? Nothing. Just casual little discussion, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
I kind of hold out my arm for her to
She takes
grab hold of. Kind of look back at the two of you, like, I'll keep my eyes open. You let me. She'll find a position, stake it out, and
I wish you all could have seen the little like wave Adrian just gave. It is definitely a Adri wave.
Yes. But then I go off to and just like I said, I just want to kind of is it on a corner or is it on a street front? So am I basically like walking
kind of
perimeter?
A cul-de-sac. This house is actually in a cul-de-sac.
Okay, so I guess we'll just sort of make the rounds of the circle, and I want to ask her, what she's seen, and just get whatever details she can give me about the activity coming out of this place.
There's always seems to be kind of like wagons coming every hour, moving stuff in, moving stuff out.
Well, what kind of stuff?
Not sure. They always have these blankets over them.
Are we talking
like canvas blankets?
I mean, are they tall wagons or does it look
like? Oh no, it's kind of like the ones you take. You go ride and you go. Find a nice lady friend, go ride down with. Up and down the streets.
Mm-hmm. She's dropping you a hint, Rayne.
I think she thinks you're a Kipper.
It's been a long time since I've had a feller take me on one of those cart rides up and down the city.
You fucking skank.
Well, I'm sure it has, but a lovely woman such as yourself, I'm sure that just any day now a gentleman caller will come along and take you on one of those cart rides. I think he'd be a fool not to.
Right to the morgue, you old daddy bitch.
So you say every hour on the hour? Like clockwork?
Kinda. Well, see, there's one there. And as you guys are walking, you see one of the carts come in and kind of parks outside. He stops, waits a couple minutes. Two guys come out. They move the cart off. They pick a couple crates up out of it. They walk into the house. They set it down. They come back out with a single crate, a little larger, put it in, cover it back up. They pay the driver, and he rides off.
Coming back in our direction?
Yeah.
How does Mr. Kipper feel about horses?
Oh, I knew you weren't a fool, Sonny. He loves them. She picks them up, all joyful.
I'm gonna lean over to Adrian, like, does this feel like we're doing anything, or is
I don't know. Do you think he just wanted to get rid of us so he could
protect his mail? Yeah, probably.
I figured the two of you were going to go and find yourself a position to watch what was going on. Pay attention.
We are.
We
We're
are.
watching this happen. You flirting with the iguana.
Days of our
bitch.
lives right here.
You're out here spitting mad game at the 90-year-old woman with her pet lizard.
I told Dee someone has to take up the mantle of macking on old women now that Chunicote's gone.
Look, I am just being kind and attentive to someone who probably hasn't had someone be kind and attentive to her for quite some time.
That's metal.
So's her hip. I'm going to hell.
That's that lady who's been going to the basement and grabbing my tubes. Okay.
All right, Kavir, should we walk around and try to find somewhere to scout the
Yeah, we'll try to be inconspicuous, and I'm gonna walk inconspicuously.
Yeah, the two heavily armored people of the party.
No.
It's a fine day out. Ha ha! Look, forsooth, the sun. I'm gonna gesture like really widely to the sky.
The old lady kind of like leans into Rayne. Are those two young fellers up to no good?
Fowler.
Those armored ones.
Oh, they're always up to no good. They've been stealing people's mail. Haven't you heard about it?
It's like, now that you mention it, there have been packages going missing around here.
Well, I do not doubt it. I will make sure to grab both of them by the ear later and give them a good stern talking to.
You know, you're saving me a trip down to the watch. You're good.
This lady has literally only noticed that packages are missing. This lady is positively package crazed.
Well, she hasn't had a package in quite.
She's trying to snag your package right now. Oh. Anyway,
look, as a water genasi, we have a saying: any port in a storm. Now, listen.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah, me as a human, we don't have that.
Yeah. Listen, you said Mr. Kipper likes horses, right? Why don't we waltz over and introduce Mr. Kipper to this fine looking horse that's coming over?
Sounds mighty fine.
With her at my arm, we walk over to the horse, and I flag down the driver.
He comes to stop.
Excuse me, son.
Hey, Pops, can I help you?
Sure. Listen, I know you're busy and everything, but my lovely partner here today, she her pet, Mr. Kipper here, he just absolutely adores horses and doesn't really get to see them up close all that often. Would you just mind a moment if
Pops, she has a dragon on a leash.
Well, yeah, but potato. He loves horses. He just would like to see it for a second.
Perhaps his haunches are flavorful, protective.
I hear that they have protective butt meat that's just lovely.
Curvaceous.
As long as her lizard doesn't take a bite out of my horses.
Oh no, he's far too old for that. I don't even think he has teeth anymore.
His hind-side rectal firmament is dense and chewy. Sorry.
He's like, all right, sure.
And
he reaches up and coos the horse and calms the horse, like, it's okay. It's okay.
So as she has Mr. Kipper there, I'm going to kind of slide a little bit down closer to him. I'm going to palm him a few gold pieces and go, look, she doesn't get out very often. She needs some company, and this makes her happy. I appreciate it. You're doing me a huge favor.
Oh yeah, Pops. Anytime, man.
As I'm also like doing this with an arm out of sight, trying to get the attention of two metal wielding, male stealing to go around
How
the back side of the
fuck could you
wagon.
possibly assume that what we were going to infer from you walking with an old lady and a lizard
And doing
trying
this.
to talk to a horse is that we were supposed to take some sort of tactical action.
I just assumed that if I stopped the wagon, that you might go investigate it since you like peeking in so many things.
I mean, yeah, we'll do that, but I'm just saying, you know,
Perhaps
maybe
I
write a
should
letter
have.
to yourself next time.
That way they can read it.
I'm signaling to like get behind the wagon and search it.
Adrian,
All right. Yeah. I'm
take a
on
look
it.
in that wagon. Yeah.
I'm on it. Stealthing over. I've got my stealthy armor on.
I'm gonna subtly be like, "Hark! What a beautiful day it is."
Look,
Where's that stealth check?
I have charisma like a motherfucker. I have no intelligence. To me, this is a good plan.
16 on the stealth.
Well, you got
See?
past the little old lady's passive perception and the driver's, so you're good.
Mr.
But
Kipper
Kipper's
looks
on
at
your
me.
ass.
Yeah, but Kipper's like,
One of his
"No."
eyes rolls back and looks right at you. And then he
Point.
licks it.
Point my crossbow at him and be like, don't you say a word, Kipper.
His eyes get all big and wide. I'm not saving you car insurance no more.
I got a
and then
jar full of flies, see?
I'm gonna look through the cart, see what they've got back there.
All right,
Investigation.
go for it.
23. I'm sorry, 24.
All right. You see statues, marble statues,
Of what?
different gods, different figures, really expensive like statues and vases.
Did these look like they were possibly being held somewhere else before they were relocated?
No, they've always been on the back
They've
of this
always
wagon
been
as
on this wagon?
decoration.
Give me an intelligence check
Let's check.
with advantage.
26.
As someone that's been around higher priced items like this in the homes, you realize these are knockoffs,
Oh.
yet they're stamped and everything look like they're ready to sold like the real things.
Are they all stamped from like the same like house?
Different artists.
Are these like actual known artists?
Yes,
Okay.
but you've seen their real work and this isn't it.
Okay.
It appears that somebody's putting fake signatures on things, and it looks nice. It looks, and they just it's the Walmart version of what you should be buying.
I think these things are for Jerry. Get it? Forgery.
Yep.
Got it? Okay, never mind.
Okay. Is that everything in the cart? Okay. Then I will put the cover back on it and move back over to Kavir.
I kind of go back over to doting between Mr. Kipper and the old lady, and I kind of close the deal and everything. Well, it looks like he's had himself a nice little sniff around and everything. That all looks good. Perhaps we should return to our walk. My sincere thanks, sir. I appreciate it.
Of course, yeah. You take care, Pops.
And
And
we'll let him go on his way.
you and your lady
Hmm.
nods. Gets the card. She's like, that was a polite young man.
Yes, he was. He was very polite. Very.
And Mr. Kipper loved the
Come on.
horse, didn't you? They're just like, please.
The way
I like how
that
this lady's being outthought by her fucking lizard is killing me.
The way that the driver kept referring to Nate as Pops just
Yeah.
reminded me of Thresh with Odd. And so now, like, in my mind, this driver is like the Waterdeep Mirrorverse version of Thresh.
Thresh the driver.
Yes.
Then he would be Thrash, right?
Right. They all can't be villains and heroes at the same time.
Yeah. The world needs ditch diggers too, you know.
Right.
No,
Not all the Mirrorverse ends out well.
But yeah, I'll kind of return to our walk and everything. I'll flash a look back at the two of them. The kind of, did you find anything sort of look?
This Avery does not know thieves can't, so she can't signal to Rayne.
I
I'm
just
gonna-
What she
I
found.
let her go about 2 steps ahead of me with Mr. Kipper. I turn around and go, huh?
I'm gonna like look at him, look at her, realize that she's not commuting anything, and then I'm gonna strike a pose like a statue and just stand there like that.
The hell are you doing?
At this point, you hear the woman behind you. That is a really odd young fella.
Yeah. Like
That's
I
what
said,
happens when they get too much of that spice in them.
Well, that and that just makes them crazy about mail.
Actually, I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna be like, hey, he's gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at Adrian. I'm like, I'm sorry.
She's like,
I tried.
is he talking to us?
I'm talking to you. He's gotta go.
Look, I apologize for his behavior. He is
I'm rude. It's true. Come on.
what he lacks in bedside manner, he makes up for in something I have yet to be able to determine. But trust me, it's there.
Like, he's his parole officer. I'm not going to point to who's who. I'm just going to say he's his parole officer, and they have to go.
Yes, just
Oh, I'm sorry, hon.
yeah, it was okay.
You do God's work.
I certainly will. Thank you for the lovely walk and for the company and you and Mr. Kipper have yourselves a wonderful day.
Remember, my name is Rose.
Thank you, Rose.
And my house is right there.
Ah, I see. I will certainly keep in mind exactly where your house is so that I never walk past it again.
I'm going to look at Kavir and be like, she automatically assumed you were the criminal.
I don't care what that old lady thinks. She has a lizard.
just
She
think-
lives by herself. She's a
just think
freak
that-
show.
That's
She puts the lizard back
interesting.
on the ground and just walks, and the lizard keeps looking over his back at Rayne like, keep walking. Only one free food show here.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there. Character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kavir the Raven, Rachel as Adri the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rayne Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned. Hey, yo.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Eh.
Eh.
It's an kind of day.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that improves for you.
It won't. It won't.
Well, not with that. Not with that attitude.
It's not the attitude that's doing it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. It's my dog. You see, it's my
Oh.
dog.